What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As you guys can see, another episode of Hall of Fame, which I was going to bring to you guys yesterday. I said I had technical difficulties. That would be this bad boy right here. Just bought it, trying to get this setup upgraded a little, wanted to record with it, but having a little bit of static on the mic, nobody's problem, but I'll have it figured out for one of these upcoming videos. But as you see, Hall of Fame Loaded Lux video. For those of you that haven't seen my Hall of Fame series, it is the series where we break it down in 3 parts. We go over the style of the battler, the resumes, the best battles, a little bit of maybe not some of the not best battles as well, and then look at their accolades finally to answer the question, are they a Hall of Famer? And obviously this is the Loaded Lux episode. You know what I'm saying? Very, very prominent with battle rap, one of the godfathers of it. For some of you, this may seem like an obvious question, you know what I'm saying? Same you did with the Hitman episode and Danny Myers, but it's just showing appreciation for a lot of these legends. And you never know, there might be a big name battler that I review one time and I don't, you know what I'm saying, put him in the Hall of Fame. Definitely going to try to put a variety up here. But with all the Lux talk recently, which has been fantastic, the trash talk, who we may be battling, there's also been a lot of people that are down on Lux right now, saying he's overrated, saying that he doesn't battle enough. There's also the flip side that says that he is the greatest ever. And as with most things in battle rap, there's going to be a middle ground, right? So we're going to start out by first assessing the style and what specifically Lux does to make himself so impactful in the ring. So first thing to get into style-wise, and the obvious one, is Lux as a pen. Lux, like many things in battle rap, is considered the godfather of the pen, the first pen. Funny enough, Mook is the one that actually wrote the first battle rap scheme, but Lux still gets that credit for the most part in terms of wittiness, rewind and find, that whole aspect that many battlers have really made a career off of. Starts out with Loaded Lux's style, and really, Gray Hoodie versus Miles, which we'll get into a little bit in the second portion of this. But that's obviously something that many battle rappers say that some of the all-time great pens say inspired them to be battle rappers, the Rum Nitties, the JCs of the world, and so on and so forth. So that's the first one that jumps out. But really, the second trait, which, funny enough, like a couple, I think, old school battlers, is really now Lux's, best trait is him as an angler. There's always going to be substance when Lux raps, right? That's something that he really prides himself on, is rapping for a very specific purpose, a message. Most of the time, tailor-made material, you know what I'm saying, doing it a little bit in more recent years. And a big part of that is angling. Lux will break down a topic, obviously, versus clips, versus hollow, really the first lean angle, and look at how iconic that ended up being, versus a man who's faced, even to this day, faces that same angle, an all-time great. Just many different angles by Lux. Calico, third round, which is, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to battle rap, that's about as good as it gets. And it just goes to show that even though he gets a lot of credit for the pen, and I think that a lot of people combine the two, right? You need to have a good pen to have a really well-crafted angle. But wordplay aside, and just maybe what the pen has risen to in modern day battle rap in terms of double entendres and that complexity of writing, just based on talking really directly to someone, that's really when Lux is absolutely at his most special, in my opinion. And something that I think has dwindled a little more in recent years, but he still gets, I think, a little overhated on, is Lux has a crowd control aspect to him. I wouldn't say performance, although I really do consider crowd control a subgenre of performance, a category of it. But it is a little bit different because obviously Lux is not up here doing too much performing. I mean, you look back probably on a stage-wise, which I had the pleasure of watching in person, Summer Impact, when he gets the Gray Hoodie in the third round and goes, that's probably the most performative you're going to get from him. But for the most part, it's a bit of and this is second round versus Verb. So he has the ability really to get there and rock a stage. And on top of that, he knows how to keep everyone quiet, listening to him. Part of that is the fact that Lux just is going to get more respect for the nostalgia that he draws, which is less of a skill trait, more of just part of the fare of battling Lux. But he does keep a crowd under control, and he has the ability to land haymakers. I think a lot of people have the Geechee performance stuck in their head, and rightfully so, you know what I'm saying? Because he does that, and then he doesn't battle for a long time. That's how it goes a few times in his career. After a battle, win or loss, he will just take a break, and that keeps, the booking side of it. We all know why kind of Lux sits out for years at a time. But even when you take the Geechee performance away, and even in the first round of that Geechee performance, he has the ability to rock big stages. This whole Lux can't go on a stage is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But that's really what it comes to with Lux, is when we talk about angling and we talk about writing, very tailored and has level to reach that complexity. And then on the flip side, he does show a little bit on the big stage, maybe a little bit more flaws compared maybe to a smaller environment. But even then, he still has plenty of highlights up there, showing that even though we can look at some of these recent Lux performances and pick them apart style-wise, overall, Lux has proven to be elite in a few different eras at multiple different categories. With the style portion out of the way, we can get into the body of work, and I have some highlighted key battles here for Lux. Now, funny enough, it is most of his resume, which I know people always joke on, but you can see these peaks here are really all-time stuff. Lux versus Calico, clear win. Yes, clear. Please don't do the second debatable thing. It's really not. It's not a murder. It's not a debatable round. Lux clear over Calico, SM2, one of the biggest moments in battle rap history. Clear win on Cal. That's not easy. Lux versus Hollow Dadan on UW, funny enough. It's so funny this battle took place on UW because I think that there's a genuine argument, not my personal pick, but a genuine argument that Lux versus Hollow could be the best battle in battle rap history. It's really that good. It encompasses that much battle rap. It feels that epic. It really has absolutely everything, the haymakers, the moments. It's a very 100% complete battle and near perfect in my personal opinion. Then you have Lux versus Mook. The first time on URL. Incredible classic battle. I think Lux, that's really aged well for Lux over time. I'd feel as confident to say that Lux has won that battle clear over time, but it's classic to the core, and even some of the more middle ground stuff that he's done on URL, right? Clips, SM, Verb, Gnome 9.
You know how I know? Last year you could have got 8. They told me wait. I said cool, this Gnome is fine. Fuck this Verb. I could have battled anybody in headline, but you know when you know it's time. All these gun bar niggas on a card, but you gon' bet Smack still call Lux to fully know this 9, and I'm
Surf, even if you want to debate, maybe Verb and Lux wasn't the best battle on that card, right? But it's a good debatable. You know what I'm saying? You know, granted there was the 30 chance, but I don't think everyone agrees with that. Over time, as someone that clearly had Verb live and clearly had Verb for a few years, I do think the battle has opened to be more debatable with a great second. Versus Clips, not the craziest battle, but it's a 7, 8 out of 10. I get it. If he sits out all these years, he should get more than that when he comes back. It should be a 10 out of 10. I hear you. But it's still, he's got a clear win on Surf. He's got a clear win on Clips. He's got a debatable with Averb. That's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Geechee battle. He's sitting on the L. I understand where we're at with that right now. Also, can't forget to mention the Young Miles battle going all the way back to Smack DVD 12 to be specific. And how fantastic he was. Birth of the Gray Hoodie, birth of a lot of battlers' inspirations there, which we'll get into a little bit when we talk impact in the accolades portion. But this is not, even if you only got like 12 battles, yeah, there's the Geechee battle. Yeah, there's the Arsenal battle, which I think is the one that kind of gets swept under the rug. Granted, the event kind of flopped, and you know what I'm saying? But, and I know some people got Lux winning. I don't have Lux winning that battle, and it's not a very good battle at that. So you do have moments like the Geechee and Arsh one. The man is not unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? A couple of these are debatable. If you got him losing a Verb, losing a Hollow, it's very possible. But clear wins on Calico, Surf, Clips, and in my opinion, Mook. There's people that super Hall of Famers that would die to have that as some top 4 wins. And plus the debatables that you can have either way. The 2-on-2 on Summer Impact, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we know that went down as classic. There is a lot more good than there is bad on Lux's body of work. Is it a huge body of work? No. But in terms of around the 12 to 15 battles that we do have to really look at and break down 3-rounder format and modern day kind of battle rap, and when I say modern day, I'm really talking like 2010 to now, you know what I'm saying, in terms of how we know it on YouTube. There is a lot of good there for Lux. There's a couple dips, but overall, his body of work really does back up a lot of the aura and status that Lux has in battle rap. If there is one thing I'd say about Lux's body of work, though, that is a little bit damning, dare I say, it's that he is considered the best pen of all time. He is considered that by many. Now, I wouldn't say by the majority, you know, the way it used to be, but there's still a large crowd that will tell you Lux is the best pen, and Lux, by the look of this body of work, really has not battled another pen. That's a big reason people wanted the Daylight battle. It's a big reason people wanted the B-Dot battle and had those comparisons, and it's really one of the main reasons now that people desperately want this Rum Nitty battle and why it has the demand it has. It's not even necessarily, well, for the Daylight one, it was definitely about Daylight and Lux, but it gets to a point where they just want to see Lux versus a writer. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about the body of work, I will say for someone that's heralded so much as a pen, not battling another pen, a little bit shaky for me, but outside of that, I still stand by what I say. His body of work, even for the limited amount, packs the impact for the most part that it needs to. And now we can get into the accolades portion of this. And when it comes to Lux's accolades, it's really simple because when you have a condensed career, you don't fill out as much of like the number chart as other people, but you still have crazy numbers. Starting off with one that is more really impact-based than it is accolade, but it's really Lion's Den. Obviously, Lux running Lion's Den, and it's the talent that he really discovered through it. The A-verbs, the Sue Surfs, the K-Shines, the goods, you know what I'm saying? It's this era of battle rapper that, and the legends that he was able to find and really put on. Usually I don't really tilt someone's all-time status too much. I'm like, oh, how good is their league doing and things of that nature. But when you have something that's this special and brought us so many of these are top 10 battle rappers all time that I'm naming. I'm not naming a couple good battlers here and there. I'm naming some of the best ever. You know what I'm saying? And they, Verb very recently said, yo, we were discovered by Lux. Like, that's who really put us on. So I have to mention that. On top of that, 3 SM Summer Madness appearances, 2 Gnome appearances, so pretty good. He shows up, even though it's sparingly, it's more than just like 1 and 1, you know what I'm saying, or something of that nature. I don't even think Mook's done a Gnome, you know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit more there. 30 plus million views and averaging 1.8 million views per battle. I think Hitman averaged like 2.2. We thought, I was like, that stat's insane. 1.8 is not far off. Just goes to show the draw Lux is. And on top of that, 9 platinum battles. So even with the limited workload, we still have 9 1 million view battles in there. Next battle he gets on YouTube, especially if he's battling on RBE, probably going to be the 10th, you know what I'm saying? So, even with he's efficient with his condensed resume, and that shows in the numbers, that shows in the key battles and what he's done work rate wise. And we obviously know how good he is just as a rapper. I don't think that any battle rapper, for those that are like, oh, Lux is bad at this and that, ask battle rappers, man. Like, just ask really the legends, and they will tell you what Lux is. And with all that being said, it comes down to the question, is Lux a Hall of Famer? Obviously, yes. I think you knew that, kind of hinted to that at the beginning of the video. But I think it's important to do these to show people aren't wrong for saying he lost to Geechee. There will be some extremist fans that'll jump out the window. He didn't lose to Geechee and Arse and stuff like that. No, he has his losses. He has his debatables. The Surf battle wasn't that crazy, although he did win clear. I personally think people are a little too hard on him for his performance. But, there is the flaws. But for the most part, let's not forget why this Lux plate is still big. He still has great wins on guys who are still some of the best in the world right now. And it's not all like some home game, kind of manifested stuff. There's good material. There's good moments. Is he the pen he used to be? Is he the best pen in the world by far? I do not think so, but he still has an elite pen at that. And at this point, as I said before, the only thing that I can ask of Lux is please battle a pen. It's looking like Rum Nitty. I think that's a fantastic matchup, but one way or another, for the love of God, battle another writer. I just think it takes out a big missing part of that resume. And I don't want to say adds validity because the career is still very, very valid, but still adds that just a really cool chapter that fans want to see. It's not hate. It's not coming from me. It's not he's overrated. He's this and that. Just want to see a battle of pen. I think it would be dope. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. How do you feel about Lux's status in battle rap? Do you agree with my takes here? Do you disagree? You know what I'm saying? I love the dialogue. But it's been J Smo Reviews again here, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.